Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Hayward, the existence of large clouds of or plumes of oil suspended deep beneath the ocean surface are of concern because the toxic oil and dispersants can poison the aquatic plants and animals, and they also consume oxygen, potentially asphyxiating marine life. On May 30th, you stated that your sample showed no evidence of such plumes. On June 7th, in a response to my letter, BP again denied the plumes existed, citing a BP document saying that there is no coherent body of hydrocarbons below the surface. Even after NOAA Administrator Jane Lubchenco confirmed the plume's existence on June 8th, your COO, Jeff Suttles, went on national television and continued to deny their existence. These are photographs presented to us on the committee by Dr. Samantha Joy of the University of Georgia, who has sampled the deep water of the Gulf and found such plumes. On the right, there is a filter with oil clearly present from water from within a plume as it passed by. Now, it isn't just university scientist data. I have up here on the screen as well from EPA's website entitled Subsurface Plume Detected. It was prepared using BP's data. There are 17 red dots indicating that your own data shows evidence of subsurface plumes. This is your data, Mr. Hayward. Are you now, once and for all, prepared to concede that there are plumes or clouds of oil suspended deep beneath the surface of the ocean? Yes or no, Mr. Hayward?
As I understand the data, Chairman, it indicates that there is oil in very low concentrations, 0.5 parts per million, distributed through the column. The detailed analysis that NOAA have conducted in 3 locations around the spill show that in one location, 0.5 parts per million, clearly attributed to this spill.
Are there plumes of oil beneath the ocean's surface?
There are concentrations of oil of about 0.5 parts per million in the water column. Some of it is related to this spill. Other samples have been typed to other oil.
So you do not define that as a plume?
I think I'm not an oceanographic scientist. What we know is that there is
I'm going to take it as a continuing no from you, and your testimony continues to be at odds against all independent scientists. Yesterday, at the Energy and Commerce Subcommittee on Health, during the hearing, the director of the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety told me, in answer to my question, that he has asked BP for a roster of all workers multiple times, and BP has failed to give him that information that is critical to tracking chemical exposure. Representative Eshoo and I were both outraged at BP's failure to take such a straightforward step to protect the health of their workers. Mr. Hayward, will you commit to immediately provide the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety and the Centers for Disease Control with all of the information that they need to evaluate health impacts and to protect these workers?
We've endeavoured to provide all information requests as quickly as possible, and we will endeavour to do that as well.
The head of the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety testified yesterday that you are not doing that. Will you provide all of the information that they have requested of you?
We are endeavouring to provide all the information requests that we receive, and we will certainly do it with that one.
Again, the equivocation in your answer is something that is not reassuring to those workers who potentially have been exposed to these chemicals in ways that can impact on their health. BP has dumped 30,000 gallons of drilling mud in the ocean. Drilling mud is often made using synthetic oils and other chemicals, and in this case also may have used significant quantities of antifreeze, which is toxic. Mr. Hayward, will you commit to disclosing the ingredients of the drilling mud?
Yes, we will. I believe that all of the mud that has gone into the ocean is water-based mud with no toxicity whatsoever.
Will you also commit to disclosing all other measurements you have made related to chemical, oil, and methane concentrations in the water immediately?
Those are being published as we make them on a variety of websites, and we will continue to do that. And we'll make them available in whatever form is appropriate to all of you.
And you will give us all of the measurements which you have made. Is that correct?
All of the measurements we've made have been made available, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.